My name's Keir Giles. I'm a director of the Conflict Studies Research Center, which is a very small think tank looking at Eurasian security issues. We particularly specialize in issues, security issues affecting the Russian Federation, and cyber is one of those. We look in close detail at the Russian concepts of information security and how they don't match up with how we think about cybersecurity in the West. Well, we don't know very much about how they operate. We don't know particularly about their capabilities, but let's be clear that that applies to any country. Any country with cyber capabilities is going to want to be reticent about them, is want to keep them classified. So it is very dangerous to speculate about what exactly one country or another's capabilities might be in the cyber domain. The problem with Russia is you have an additional layer of secrecy, of opacity, where if we are considering these things in the West, we know where cyber commands sit within their organizational structure, within the Ministry of Defense, the security services and so on. This is something which Russia is not so keen to declare to us. There is speculation at the moment about exactly where the new cyber command that is being supposed to be set up in the military is going to be based. One theory is that it is to be a subdirectorate of the Russian General Staff. But just as an example of how secretive this can be, when we spoke privately and publicly to the former head of that directorate in November last year, he denied all knowledge of any such organization being set up. So in addition to the actual capabilities, there is this level of obscurity which is concealing exactly how they're organizing their responses. Yes, certainly it's something that has been becoming a little bit more prominent just over the last few months, with more public documentation being issued on the Russian side about exactly who was responsible for protection of critical national infrastructure. Which is not to say that protection of the Russian information domain is a new preoccupation. This is something which has been at the heart of Russian information security policy for far longer than we've been thinking about it in the West. We heard during some of the presentations today about just how far back the Russian ideas and thinking about how to protect information space go. Very much more advanced in this area than we have been in the West. So it is just a new aspect of their discourse on exactly how to safeguard themselves against what they see as foreign information threats coming from, for example, the West. Well, that's a very difficult question which is occupying a lot of very intelligent minds at the moment. How exactly should deterrence work in cyberspace, and what are the new rules? Can we carry over any of the existing concepts of deterrence from, for example, the nuclear arena into cyberspace? And we heard an excellent metaphor from Jamie Shea just a few minutes ago, where he said that at the moment, with no methods of de-escalation but only of escalation within cyber warfare, it's like having a car that can go from 0 to 100 in 6 seconds but with no brakes. So yes, we do need to look at ways in which cyber can be used as a de-escalatory tool, as well as simply mounting this ladder of escalation. Well, you can see exactly where the dividing lines lie, because once again, this is an area where Russia has worked out its ideas about information security, and including within that cybersecurity, a long time ago, and has been presenting those ideas to the international community for over a decade now. But because they are so divergent from our preconceptions about how the internet works, how cybersecurity should work, they don't find a sympathetic audience, and it's hard even to begin a dialogue about the ideas that Russia is putting forward, because our concepts are so very, very different. Even the basic vocabulary of information security does not match up. When they talk about cybersecurity, they mean something rather different from what we have in mind. So there are plenty of international initiatives that have come through over the last 6 to 12 months, which Russia is putting forward for other like-minded nations to sign up to. They are gathering support, but not among the Euro-Atlantic community. In terms of whether or not we've seen cyber warfare, it's interesting to look at the Russian concept of information warfare, which, as we heard today, is a very much more holistic concept than pure cyber aggression. Now, in their viewpoint, this is something which is happening constantly at varying levels of intensity, but information warfare is a constant whether there is a state of declared war or not. Now, taking as a subset of that cyber itself, we cannot say for certain that in the Russian conception any kind of active cyber warfare has yet taken place. However, we need to see it against this general framework of ongoing information confrontation, as they put it. Most of our publications on cyber in general and on Russian security and the other subjects that we cover are available on our website, which is conflictstudies, all one word, .org.uk.